Nani? Nihongo Super Formula? Hai, so desu! Right here, right now. Hajimemashite, petrolheads, yokoso, it's a Modu World. Nah, don't worry, it's still us, and you haven't chosen the wrong language version of the channel. It's only as we are driving the Japanese open wheel series we thought, when in Japan, do as they do, right? Thank you for watching, my name is Serta, and I will be your host for this video. What you are seeing are Super Formula cars, only RSS are not allowed to call them that, at least not without going broke paying licenses, and as with other series, they call them something different. They call these the Formula RSS Supreme. This is a new paid mod by the very renowned mod makers of Race Sim Studio, which you can get for a price of €3.80. Of course, this mod looks fantastic in and out, nicely detailed, and as far as I can tell from videos of the Super Formula, absolutely right. And of course, I wasn't expecting less from RSS. Hey, it rhymes, I'm a poet! Driving is easy, but be careful as the car reacts to every slight movement of your wheel. That's not to say these cars have no limits. I was able to find the limits and push them, hearing the wheels start to screech ever so slightly. Braking is easy in this mod, and while you can lock the brakes and flat spot, you really have to push it. And you can brake late when you are sitting in this car. On the other hand, I didn't feel the immersion. The force feedback was very subdued and the centering forces were also very low. One good thing is there was a clear difference in the feeling of the car depending on the speed, because of the downforce, of course. The AI is really intelligent and pass you as soon as they find a gap, racing very well. I very much expect them to use the push to pass that these cars have to perfection. And I suppose I could make it much more difficult to them by tuning the setup, which is something I don't do for these tests. I had the feeling the standard setup was off in some places, like the tire pressure and the wings. But testing the standard setup is part of what I like to do when testing a mod. It often gives me a feeling of how well the mod makers understood the car. The motor sound is spot on and immersive. As often I miss corollary sounds, and I would have expected better from RSS if I didn't know that it's not something they do. A pity, but you can't have everything, and I understand people who know their way around sounds in Assetto Corsa are few and far between. If you like this video and would like to see more and better produced ones, consider becoming a patron, thus letting us spread our wings. And a big thank you to our first patron! I'm gonna go on a limb here and say this is not RSS best mod. And I know it's something you don't hear from other people, but truth to be told, I like their 2020 Formula Hybrid most, and that's not because of any kind of preference on my side for any series. So yeah, personally I like driving their F1 don't call it F1 mods better than this here. I felt the force feedback was not good enough and the immersion was acceptable, but somehow not the same as with the Formula Hybrid. Links for this Formula Supreme mod as well as the Formula Hybrid are in our description. By the way, the archive comes with a 13-page long booklet as PDF, which for my liking had too much marketing language and not enough information. Read it if you are really bored, otherwise you can ignore it. Sadly. One thing you can't ignore is the massive amount of videos in our channel. Check the playlist to the left or the video to the right. Until next time, save fuel, collect pickup, and we'll see each other on the podium.